Good morning, everyone. How are you? I just wanted to make a quick video. I have a few things that are on my mind. Um, so about my back stimulator, I am not going to get it. And here is why. In order to even qualify for the trial, you had to go through a psychiatric evaluation. And I went through the psychiatric evaluation, and they asked me a bunch of questions. And then I had to talk to a therapist for 2 hours. And after that 2 hours, she concluded that I had some depression. And her thing was that all chronically ill people are depressed. And I told her, I said, well, you can't put that I have depression in my chart, because once doctors see that depression word, they stop paying attention to you and they believe all your symptoms are depression. Now, I'm not saying that depression isn't a problem for most. I'm not saying that it's not a real thing. I'm just saying that that's not where I'm at right now. I tried to explain to her. She's like, well, what do you do when you have a bad day? I said, it depends on why it's a bad day. I'm like, if I'm angry, I talk to someone to get it out. If I'm sad, I'll cry, or I'll curl up with my blanket and watch movies or listen to music or read a book or, something like that. And then I move on, because wallowing in your sorrow isn't going to fix it. You got to get up and figure out what your next step is. And she just could not accept it as an answer, just refused. And I told her that previously I had, when I first started having seizures before I got diagnosed with pseudotumor cerebri, I had a seizure, I had memory loss. During that time, they sent in a psychiatrist to talk to me. I don't remember him. I don't remember talking to him. I don't even remember what I said to him. I do know at the time that my husband was saying that I was like making up things and my reality was skewed, and I wasn't like, it wasn't 100% accurate. But he put in my chart that I had PTSD. It took me 3 years of battling doctors to get them to listen to me, because as soon as they seen that PTSD, that was the cause of all my problems. That was what it was. And it was so frustrating. And finally, I got it off. And then lo and behold, doctors started listening and they started figuring out what was wrong. They figured out I had pseudotumor cerebri. They figured out, that I have endometriosis and fibromyalgia, but they weren't even willing to try because they seen PTSD. So I tried to explain this to her. I'm like, hey, I can't do this. And besides, this is a back stimulator. I don't understand. And she's like, well, I think because of your depression, it's not going to work for you. And I said, okay, I don't understand. I said, it's an electronic device that is powered by batteries. And it sends electrical impulses into your muscles and the nerves to calm them down, to help prevent spasms and to reduce pain. I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but they run off of batteries. It doesn't run off of emotions. I said, if I could do I power it with happiness or sadness? And she's like, well, no, but if you're depressed, it changes how you perceive the pain difference. And I said, a spasm's a spasm, whether you're happy, you're sad, you're mad, you're frustrated, it doesn't matter. If your back spasms, doesn't matter how happy you are, it's still gonna spasm. I have a bulging disc that's pushing on a nerve. I said, even if I went into therapy and took antidepressants and came to the conclusion that I was no longer depressed, I would still have a bulge in my back that is still pushing on a nerve that is still causing problems. I don't understand. And we went round and round, and finally I had to make the hard decision whether I get my back addressed or my overall health. So I made the decision to deal with my overall health because I can't go through that again. I cannot go through these doctors stop listening to me because they think everything's linked to depression. Now, I know some things are linked to depression. I understand that. But when you have things like endometriosis, depression doesn't cause lesions to grow. Adhesions to grow. It just doesn't. When you have pseudotumor cerebri, depression doesn't cause you to have excess spinal cord fluid in your pressures in your head and in your eyes. It doesn't cause that. It doesn't matter what your emotion is. And it was just frustrating. So I decided I had to I did what normal people do. I talked it out. And after talking to my brother-in-law and my sister, I decided that this is what I'm going to do. And I would like your feedback on it. So leave a comment down below if you think this is a good course of action. I'm going to see her as a therapist. I made appointments, and I'm going to see her once a week. And I'm going to talk about whatever it is that she wants me to talk about. And then we're going to discuss the depression, and I'm going to try to pry deeper into why she feels the way that she feels and try to work the system basically. And then once I get her to the point to where she no longer feels I'm depressed, then try to reapply for the back stimulator. I think that's the best course of action because I do need something, because this was the last thing they were willing to do. They're not willing to do any more injections in my back, so that kind of stinks. So this was kind of like my last choice besides waiting until it gets so bad that I need surgery. I'm okay with doing that. I hope it works. I really do. I hope that it's something that... Sorry, I'm shaky. I forgot to take my anti-seizure med, and my hands are all shaky today. I hope it works. I hope it does. I don't know. But I'm still smiling. I told her, I was like, you know what? I have two philosophies in life. One, don't hold things inside. I tell my kids all the time, don't cry on the inside, you'll get moldy. Which basically means if something's weighing you down, get it out and talk about it. And the second thing that I have is, if you fall, you get back up. Always get back up. You're gonna fall. You're gonna have bad days. Especially when your life is full of pain. When you live in constant pain every single day. You're gonna have bad days. You can't live in your bad days. You can visit. You can't change your address and start getting mail there. You know, I say all the time, the sickness can take a lot from me, but you know, it can't take my smile. So I try to smile as much as I can, just because it's something that I can do. The sickness has no effect on it, and I smile through pain sometimes. I'm doing it now. My back is killing me, but it's interesting how doctors perceive you. And instead of looking at you as a strong individual who can handle their stuff, they look at you as someone who obviously is a textbook case of, you know, can't handle their things. And it's a little frustrating. I know a lot of people are in that same position. And if you are, hang in there and keep fighting. Keep being your own advocate. If one doctor doesn't listen, find another one. And keep going until you find a doctor that will hear you and that will listen and that will help you. And if you are depressed, talk to someone. Don't be depressed by yourself. There is no reason that you should sit there and be depressed alone. Talk to anyone. If you're religious, talk to your religious leader, a parent, a friend, a sibling, a teacher, a random stranger, a therapist. Just get it out and talk to someone. You do not have to suffer in silence. And I really hope that you guys understand that. But that's really all I want to say. So until next time, guys, deuces and be well. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time.